Joining us here for our very special Beast Bracket Final Four preview episode, this young man right here has established himself as a legend in the world of animal commentary. He has amassed 16 million followers on TikTok. Yeah, I'm going to say that again because I don't think y'all realize how absurd that is. 16 million followers on TikTok. Bruh, that's 2 New York cities. That's 2 of them, right?
Crazy.
And honestly, the following is well-deserved. He is one of the best in the business at this whole animal commentary thing. One of the best. Definitely definitely my personal favorite. Obviously, the favorite of millions of others as well. His animal commentary videos are enlightening, hilarious, informative. This brother is extremely intelligent, extremely well-versed on animals, has a sharp wit, a sharp sense of humor. You'll watch his videos and you'll learn, you'll laugh. Sometimes he'll hit you with some shit that'll have you shocked and you'll come away being grateful that you weren't born a caribou or a gazelle or some shit. Right? But you're going to learn and you're going to be entertained. So keeping in the spirit of Beast Bracket, where we compared every animal in the bracket to an athlete, we're going to compare this young legend in the field of animal commentary to some young legends in the sports world. This young man right here is the Kylian Mbappe of discussing Bighorn Rams in the Rockies. The Giannis Antetokounmpo of discussing platypuses and their venomous big toe. The Victor Wembanyama of breaking down hyena drama. The John Morant of discussing cormorants. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenkins and Jonez listeners, we have the one, the only Mamadou Jah. My man Mamadou, how's it going, brother? We appreciate you hopping on for real with us, man.
Hey, I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for reaching out. And I just got to say, that's A1 introduction right there. Like, you gassed me up better than I could. Like, and I don't know if it was planned, but I can't tell you how many times that people ask me if I'm like related to like Giannis. Apparently I look like his little brother or something. So that's funny. That's definitely funny. But I'm like super stoked to be here.
For sure, man. Hit me up. We'll discuss. I'm down to be your promoter if you want to take me on a road with you. So,
I'll take it.
Where did this love and knowledge of animals stem from, and when did you decide you were going to, take it online and just become, like I said, the favorite of millions in this animal commentary shit?
All right, so I get that question a lot, and I usually have 2 answers to that. Answer number 1 is that as a kid, I wasn't really allowed to watch TV like that, but I could watch Animal Planet or Discovery because, it's educational. So that was like my loophole. And I don't know, I just kept consuming that kind of content. I had I don't know if you remember the Zoo Book commercials. I saw that and I begged my parents for it. I got every single one to the point where they started sending me like duplicates and stuff. National Geographics. I even had this, I forgot what it was called, but this video game where you create like zoos. But of course, because I was a little psychopath, I would make the zoos and then put the animals outside and have them chase the people. Yeah, all that. Now that's answer number 1.
It sounds like you got the most fun possible out of that boring ass sounding game. So
absolutely. But that's answer number 1, and it's a lie. It's a complete lie. Answer number 2 is I have no idea because all those things were because I was already into animals. I really can't tell you where it came from. Earliest memory was me 3 or 4 years old. I would make these animal books, but of course I wouldn't put any words in it. I would just draw these pictures of animals and staple it together and be like, "Mom, I wrote a book. Look at me." Couldn't really tell you where that came from. It was always just something that I always had, and I was able to hone it in different ways. And I don't know, the stars kind of aligned where now I kind of do it as a career.
When did you realize you was booming? When did you look at yourself damn, you were just creating it first, but now it's a career, like you said. When did you realize that?
Probably wasn't until I started getting recognized for it in public, because for so long, I didn't really consider myself an influencer or anything like that. Every single video I made was just in my own bedroom, just me talking my shit and all that stuff. But I like to think that the attention, even though I'm the one talking in every video, the attention is more so on whatever wildlife I'm talking about. But I guess the way that I talk and the way I phrase things and my sense of humor, it kind of resonates with people, and just having people recognize me. And it's the funniest thing because they don't recognize me by my face or anything. Because apparently people think I'm 17 years old and they expect me to be 5 feet tall. I get the young thing because I got a baby face. I don't know why they expect me to be tiny. I never understood that. And also when I don't wear the hat in public, they don't it's like Clark Kent. They don't know who I am. But then I'll talk, and because I talk the exact same way I do my videos, that's usually the way it's like, oh, you're that dude that. And it's always funny because sometimes I just like to watch them struggle and try to figure out where they know me from.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, yeah, no, that's me. Sometimes I want to lie just to like see the look of panic on their face. But yeah, like when I get like at the gym or at the mall, people like go up to me and tell me that like really appreciate my videos and things like that. That's where it's like, oh wow, I'm really doing this. So yeah, that's pretty much when I started like getting that feeling.
Bro, you have a perfect level of fame because on God, the homies can tell you in the group chat, I was like, when we promo this, we have to cut, like a super cut of his TikTok videos because I was like, I feel like people will not know who he is if we don't give him, the backward snapback and him talking into the little mic in front of the animals, right? And the Clark Kent analogy was the exact analogy I use in the group chat. They can tell you that. So like that is like perfect because you've got like the perfect type of fame where, yeah, you cashing out on it, but like all you got to do is just go outside in public without a hat on and people leave you the fuck alone. That sounds perfect to me.
Exactly. I can just walk around and just blend in. It's perfect. Yes. I would hate to be like, you know what? I was talking before, but if I was like the other Mamadou Dia and I was 7'5" and every eye's on me, no matter where I am, I'd lose my mind eventually.
Facts.
Like, I never really liked that kind of attention, but like this is this nice, like I'm like in a nice sweet spot. I feel like.
Yeah. See, that's why I knew you was our type of people because we are very much fuck the fame, give us the bag on the Jenkins and Jonez.
Exactly.
So yeah. So I know you wrote a book. If you want to tell the people the exact title of it, I know the premise is 100 animals that will kill the fuck out of you. Is that what it's about?
The title is 100 animals that can effing kill you. Yeah, I have it censored out a little bit. But it's pretty much like my videos.
Going.
Yeah, of course. It's basically my videos just like in written form. And I had a lot of fun with it because, at first I felt like I was kind of constrained by like time on TikTok. No one wants to feel like they're being lectured to, even when they made it beyond like 60 seconds where I think you can put like 10-minute videos on there. But like, again, no one goes on TikTok for that. But with the book and like me being able to just write, I could go as deep down the rabbit hole as I really want. I can kind of like just go on these little, rants, and you kind of see it. You can see my biases in the book, based on some animals have like a couple paragraphs and some get like 3 pages because I just couldn't stop talking about them. So 100. It's like, the title kind of gives it away. It's 100 animals. Each one has some way that it can do something bad to you, and it came out last year. I also have an audiobook because attention span not where it used to be a couple years ago. So if people aren't sick of hearing my voice by now, I also did an audiobook with that, and that's my plug. Appreciate that segue.
For sure. That's exactly why we brought you on here. Like I said, you are extremely knowledgeable about this shit, and you are like the perfect person for this. So transitioning to the whole beast bracket thing where, the whole premise is we've got an 1,000-pound catch weight, right? Like every animal or animal combination is going to be 1,000 pounds versus 1,000 pounds. Who do you think, what animal combination in this field of 32 do you think is the, most vicious, the best out there in the field, the one that should really take it home?
Honestly, I love the concept of just, the limit is 1,000 pounds. You have this great combination of like some animals are just purely tanks and others have like numbers to their advantage. But if I'm looking at all of them and I had to like put my money on one, I think, 2 grizzly bears? I just don't see how you beat that. It's just not even just like what they can do to you. It's just you have to kill them. How do you kill a bear? It takes a lot to take a bear down. Like, you'll see videos of one taking a headshot with a shotgun at point blank, and it doesn't even like flinch. It's, it just takes so much to take them out that, they'd have to be my pick for sure. I was going to say sleeper pick, but there's nothing sleeper about them. So
yeah, they made the Final Four, and honestly, it's a controversial decision because they went up against 3 silverbacks. In the Elite 8, they beat them by just 2%, right? 51% to 49%, because, as I mentioned, we opened these polls up to the, Twitter polls, and the people decided who advances. So that was controversial, but you actually did a clip of Grizzlies versus Silverbacks. So you're like, bro, Silverbacks stand no chance against Grizzlies.
I'm glad.
So can you clear the air right quickly? Yeah.
I love gorillas. They're really intelligent, really fascinating. You go to a zoo and you like look at one and you're like, yo, it's like a human. It's insane. they're getting bodied by gorillas every day of the week, 3 times on Sunday. They have no shot.
Bodied by grizzlies, to clarify.
Body completely. Oh yeah, bodied by grizzlies. No shot. Like people see something with thumbs and they see us and it's like, oh yeah, nah, they got it.
Bro,
unless they're using their thumbs.
Someone on Twitter tweeted me, people voting for silverbacks versus grizzlies like how white people wear Austin Reeves jerseys.
For sure.
You said the exact same shit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, like thumbs are cool, but if you're not using it to like unload a clip or something, like even that might not even work. So like gorillas, I never understood how that became a debate. That there's nothing they can do to a grizzly bear, like at all.
Based on seating, do you think gorillas are overrated? Based on the
seating,
I
think they're overrated. And based on the seating, I'd say
they were 2 seed. They were 2 seed.
Yeah, 2 seed. Yeah.
2 seed. Yeah, I think that might be too high for them. Only because, like in nature, they're mostly their natural enemy would be leopards, and leopards are like one of the smallest, like big cats. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I think like a male leopard, the biggest they'll get is like maybe 150, 160. Then they don't touch 200 pounds, and they give gorillas problems. So you take that from a leopard, and now you have like grizzly bears that can like be over 1,000 pounds. What do you even do with them? There's just no answer.
What do you think was underrated?
Underrated. I want to say, the 10 chimps for sure.
Okay,
yeah, they were
saying that too. A lot of people said that on Twitter as well.
A lot of people said that.
Yeah. Because one chimp gives me nightmares, and I don't know if I ever like. Actually, no, I posted this a while ago. I don't know if you saw it, but a chimp almost blinded me, like as a kid, before any of this happened.
Give us a story.
We need to know that. Yeah.
So I went to Senegal when I was like 7, 8 years old, and I went to this zoo that was like really run down, like barely could call it a zoo. And there was this one part of the zoo where they had these chimps. They had multiple chimpanzees, but for some reason the cages were like bars where you could like stick your hand through. Not something you want to do with them, but people were like throwing rocks at this one chimp, and this one chimp was just sitting there, just taking it. None of the rocks were hitting him, but he was just like deadpan, no expression, nothing. And I'm just watching. I'm like, am I the only one that thinks he's plotting something right now? Like even as a 7-year-old, and evidently he was, because the people ran out of rocks, and that chimp like that. You realize that's when everyone had that oh shit moment where it's like, yo, this thing that has thumbs has all the ammunition now. And of course, when they stopped throwing the rocks, he picked one up, and we all knew what time it was. So my brother, I was with my older brother at the time. He told me to get under the bench, and you just see rocks start flying, right? Like I didn't know they could even. I knew they had the power. I didn't know they could be that accurate.
Right.
So eventually, I stand up from the bench. I'm looking for my brother, and I don't know if I'm remembering it in a way that makes it more dramatic, or if this actually happened. But I swear, maybe like 6 inches past my right eye, a rock just flies right past my face. Like so close where if somebody would have called me and I turned over a certain way, I'm looking like Nick Fury. I'm doing videos with a blindfold. Like it would have been bad. And I didn't realize how insane that story was until I thought about it a lot later in life. Like, yo, I really could have messed my whole thing up. So yeah. And now we're talking about 8 of them. So yeah, definitely underrated for me, for sure.
And chimps have like 3 times the twitch muscles that humans have. And twitch muscles are like, a throwing motion that uses your twitch muscles. So you might have got hit with like a fucking 150 mile per hour pebble if that shit would have connected.
Yeah, no, that would have done damage for sure. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people think, they'll say, chimps are like 3 times stronger than any man. The thing is, that's not really true. It's more like 1.5 at most 2. The thing is, like you said, they're stronger in all the ways that like think of every body part you use.
They're strong in all the ways that can fuck you up, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
Their bite force stronger, grip force stronger. They basically have 4 hands, and arms are longer. They're fat. Like any way that they can kill you or that you can hurt somebody, they are that much stronger than you at. So yeah, one of the few animals that and I know I talk shit a lot. They're one of the few animals that legitimately scare me. Like I'm terrified of chimps.
Yeah. Hey, we all saw that opening scene on Nope by Jordan Peele, bro. That shit was scary as fuck. Like hell no. Okay, so as I mentioned, we opened this up to the voters on Twitter. So, there have been some controversial decisions. You being the animal expert that you are, we kind of want your expertise to weigh in on a few of these controversial decisions here. So, the first one that opened up, this was the opening round. We even had the San Antonio Spurs chiming in to weigh in on this. We had 20 50-pound African dogs African wild dogs defeating 8 125-pound cassowaries. Where do you stand on that?
I'm taking the African wild dogs.
Thank you.
Cassowaries, terrifying, most dangerous bird in the world. I, as a kid, was terrified of birds, and nobody really understood until they saw these things. But they are birds. They have hollow bones. Like they're not naturally aggressive. They'd rather like avoid problems. It's when they feel like they don't have a choice. That's when somebody gets hurt. But African wild dogs, man, they're like super, super underrated. Like out of all the animals in Africa, you got leopards, lions, hyenas. They have the highest hunting success rate out of all of them. They're like 80%, where lions are like maybe 30, 40. Like if they decide they want to kill you, you're basically dead. They don't get tired. They work as a team. And if they have numbers on you, like what else is there to say? So yeah, no, the cassowaries, they're tough, but that's a bad matchup for them.
Yeah, and then like I mentioned, the Spurs chimed in because my athlete comparison to the African wild dogs was the Spurs. I was like, they are the most successful pack hunters on the planet. That they execute better than any other pack hunters on the planet, but they're underrated because they're not, as glitzy or glamorous as other pack hunters like wolves or lions, but they are the best on the planet at executing, right? So that's why the Spurs chimed in. And I agree with you on that. John does not, however, and I want to hear where he's coming in on this.
I mean, my logic is John. Put a spotlight on me. My logic is the rules. We're dropping everybody in an arena. Everybody's back is to the wall. And so, like, there's nowhere to run. So you can't tire out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have the opportunity to tire out the animal. And there are 8 of them. They're really big. They're like 6 foot. I saw that. And I saw videos of them attacking. Like, it killed a human. I mean, which, we're humans. We're not the most durable when it comes to, that. But I saw, like, this dude holding a steel, door to prevent it from attacking him. And it was pushing him back every time it hit him. So I'm thinking, like, one blow to, like, a wild dog would at least debilitate it, if not kill it. You know what I'm saying, to African wild dogs. So I'm thinking, like, back to, in the wild, yeah, run it. It's not aggressive. It runs. There's one of them, and they're pack hunters, and they take it out, right? But there's 8 of them. Their backs to the wall. You can't chase them because there's nowhere to run. So they're just attacking each other. So it's like, to me, it's like in the squared circle, like an octagon or some shit. When you can't use your benefit of tiring everybody out. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you fare? And I thought the cassowaries would pull it off in that situation. So it's based on the rules. Like, I mean, in the wild, based on your logic, it makes sense.
The whole thing is the cassowary attack takes so long to wind up. They got to put their whole fucking body into leaping forward at you, right? Like even if they do connect with a wild dog, another wild dog is hopping on that motherfucker as soon as he connects. You know what I mean?
It's a little over 2 to 1. So that's the thing. Like, I mean, if it's like 50 to 8, it makes more sense to me. But I mean, they're much smaller. I don't know. I mean, how are they gonna? How do they attack? I'm wondering how the wild dogs attack. They basically jump you, right?
Depending on what type of animal it is. For a bigger animal like a cassowary, they probably just wait for an opening. Wait till one of them has their back towards the cassowary, or the other way around. The cassowary turns its back to it. They bite it. It bleeds, and the cassowary at that point realizes it's injured, probably runs, and that's when it like starts. They all just like converge on them. And I imagine the tactic would be different if there's like multiple. But since cassowaries are naturally like solitary, they're not, unless they could make like a protective circle or something, and anything that gets near gets kicked down. I don't see them working together like that. So really all it takes is them getting hit once, they start bleeding, and that's pretty much it for them. That's when like they know how to like cut you off from like the group. They know how to like run you down. And like even if like you said, even if you kick one, and since there's only one cassowary like against like multiple dogs, if you miss that one hit, you're like probably, I don't know, like maybe 3 or 4 like dogs like on your ass. Like it would be really hard for them to win that one.
With the numbers, it'd only be basically 2 to 1. You know what I mean? So like that's why, like, how many in the wild? How many wild dogs would be chasing a cassowary if there was one?
Like, honestly, it could just take one. A lot of times, really? Like again, like cassowary, they only attack when like they have no other option, because they know like I'd rather not have to get into this.
Yeah.
But if I have to, the one advantage for the cassowary is that because they're so tall, they can land blows like pretty much anywhere on the wild dog. And if you like cut its throat or something, like with those claws, that's game over. That's one less dog in the world.
Yeah.
But again, like the way they can clamp down, like they do this to like I wouldn't say buffalo; those are too big. But I guess wildebeest, like the bigger like antelope, they know like what their game is, and African wild dogs know how to like kind of just they know how to like play the long game and just wait for an opening. And eventually nerves are going to get the best of you and you're going to make a mistake and they're just going to attack you for it. I like that Spurs analogy you made because that's kind of how they operate. It's like this all for one kind of thing. It's a cute fact. They actually let like the puppies eat first as opposed to lions where, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're very unique pack hunters because they take care of the sick and the elderly and the young eat first. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also conversely though, that means like, there isn't really going to be a weak link that the cassowary can exploit. So, that would definitely it'd be fun to watch. Just hypothetically,
you can say that this is not real. You know what I mean? Like,
Just got to make sure.
Animated version. You know,
Peter's not going to come down on you for saying some hypothetical fights would be fun. You feel me? Okay, so moving on to the next one. Another controversial decision. This was a first rounder as well. We had 20 50-pound pit bulls defeating one 1,000-pound water buffalo. The water buffalo is the most dangerous animal in Africa. The Black Death. You've got a clip on the water buffalo as well. And we granted, pit bulls were literally bred for this, right? Like that's what they're called, pit bulls. They were bred to fight bulls in pits. But I just do not see them taking a water buffalo. Where you at with that?
How many pit bulls was it again? You said 20?
20 50-pounders versus one water buffalo.
20 50-pounders. I'm actually going to go with the pit bulls.
Ooh.
So with buffalo, there's two types. There's a Cape buffalo and water buffalo. The Cape buffalo is the one that's like the most dangerous in all of Africa. Water buffalo have kind of been like domesticated. They're the ones you see in Asia with the really long horns. Mm-hmm. They're more docile. So I guess the more fair comparison would be Cape buffalo. But when you got 20 pit bulls and like they were all bred for that one purpose, that's where it's like, if it's only one, I feel like that's what makes Cape buffalo the most dangerous because they travel in herds. They can sometimes form mega herds where there's like over 1,000 of them. So if you're a lion and you're squaring up with like basically the buffalo bloods, like there's, you can't really find an opening. But if it's one on 20 pit bulls, I think I would take the pit bulls, especially since they know exactly like how to take it down. One goes for the snout, one goes for the back legs. Eventually you tire it out. And once it drops, that's pretty much it. And same thing with the African wild dogs. Once they get you to start bleeding and like now you're on the defensive, they exploit that fully. So I actually think, and I think the buffalo won. That's the one I disagree with. I think I would definitely take the pit bulls.
No, the pit bulls won. The pit bulls advanced.
Oh, they won. Okay, okay, I agree.
There was some big American dog bias here early rounds. So yeah.
Did I take pit bulls or buffalo?
I'm not sure who you picked exactly, but the people picked pit bulls.
I think me and Mike said pit bull for this situation. But I don't know.
I'm sure I was a water buffalo on this. I guarantee you that. But yeah.
But I think seeing the video you made me think I was wrong. You know what I mean? But then you make sense breaking it down how it would attack. But when I look at those videos, when buffaloes win, they're generally outnumbering the other animal, like you said.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I'll see when they lose is when they're outnumbered. So that speaks to what you're already talking about. So,
yeah, rough matchup for the buffalo though, because I'm making them sound weak right now, but they're actually like with all the animals in Africa, they're the ones that got the nickname Black Death because you hunt them, they will hunt you back. It's the scariest thing in the world.
If you've been listening to the pod, you know I'm in Japan with my family. We've been eating super, super healthy since they have a very different kind of meal setup over here in Japan. And I'm trying to keep that going as we roll out of the summer with the busy fall season just around the corner. You also might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor is America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, and they can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle.
Too busy with your end of summer goals to cook, but want to make sure you're eating well? With Factor, skip the extra trip to the grocery store and shopping and prepping and cleaning up too, while still getting the flavor and nutritional quality you need. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes. So all you have to do is heat and enjoy, then get back to crushing your goals.
Refresh your healthy habits without missing a beat. Choose from over 34 weekly flavor-packed, dietitian-approved meals ready to eat in 2 minutes. Level up with Gourmet Plus options, prepared to perfection by chefs and ready to eat in record time. Treat yourself to upscale meals with premium ingredients like broccolini, leeks, truffle butter, and asparagus.
Too busy running around during the day to think about lunch? Keep your energy up with Lunch to Go. Effortless, wholesome meals like grain bowls and salad toppers that are ready to eat when you're on the go, no microwave required.
Round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 45 plus add-ons, including breakfast items like our delicious apple cinnamon pancakes, bacon and cheddar egg bites, and potato, bacon and egg breakfast skillet. Or for an easy wellness boost, try refreshing beverage options like cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies.
This August, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess.
Head to factormeals.com/JandJ50. That's JANDJ50 and use code JandJ50 to get 50% off. That's code JandJ50 at factormeals.com/JandJ50 to get 50% off.
All right, so next matchup that was controversial to us. We had two 500-pound tigers, and they advanced past 25 40-pound bobcats. Now, we are not at all sleeping on tigers, right? Biggest of the big cats. But we just think that 25 40-pound bobcats is too much, because one big thing that we have emphasized here in this tournament is you got to look at strength of schedule. And what we mean by that is bobcats have been known to take down full-grown deer, right? You will see a 40-pound bobcat take down a 250-pound buck, right? So I think that, two, tigers versus, 25 bobcats, I think the bobcats overwhelmed them there. Where are you at with that?
At first, my gut, in my gut, I want to say two tigers just because they're massive units, but 25 of anything that is a predator would be like a really big issue for them. I think I would still take the two tigers only because there's two of them. And there's this type of Asian wild dog. They're basically like African wild dogs. They're called dholes, and they basically have the same. Yeah, basically have the same ecological niche where they and sometimes they come into contact with tigers. The problem is these dogs are so much smaller than one tiger, where it'll be 15 dogs and the tiger just clears all of them.
God,
and
damn.
It's the fact that it's so easy for a tiger to take out a bobcat. Again, 25 of anything is so insane. But now I'm thinking what would a bobcat have to do to take down a tiger? If you're going for its neck, its jaws are right there. So I think mostly because there's two tigers, and I'm assuming they're going to work together and one's going to get the others back. I think I'm going to go with the two 500-pound tigers, because they're the stuff of nightmares.
Okay. You pulled up some out of conference strength of schedule shit I got to Google up on. I ain't even know about the Asian wild dogs, bro. You schooling us here. I appreciate it.
All the matchups.
Yeah. See that's what we put the big brains on here for. Next matchup that I think a lot of us were disagreeing with. Ron McGill actually disagreed with us disagreeing on this here, but we thought that 5 200-pound mountain lions would beat 10 100-pound wolves. The people pushed the 10 100-pound wolves through. Where are you at with that?
I agree with the mountain lions. I just 5 to 10. I don't think that's enough of a numbers advantage for the wolves for them to be able to definitively have it. Especially since just the nature of the way wolves hunt, just wild dogs in general. They want to intimidate you. They want to get you to run. And while you're running, they're going to try to bite at your flank or back legs, trying to get you to bleed out and all of that. The number one way to not get attacked by wolves is to not run. It's actually really weird. You watch videos on YouTube where if a deer or a moose or something just doesn't run, they don't know what to do. It's okay, now what? So with the mountain lions, they are built to kill, by themselves too. I think they have one of the higher hunting hit rates of big cats, especially as a solitary hunter. And all it really takes is them getting to jump on you, getting to your neck, and that's lights out. So I feel even two wolves on one full grown mountain lion, that's would be a bad matchup on the wolves' part, even if they're working as a team. It could really go either way. But since the numbers aren't really that favorable for the wolf, I got to go with the mountain lions. Those things are it's weird because I feel like they're not as dangerous as they really should be, and it's because they're like afraid of us. But like, if they weren't, we'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Are wolves the biggest dogs in the wild?
Yes.
There's not a bigger dog. Okay, yeah, and all dogs, you're saying hunt in packs,
except foxes.
For the most
except
part.
Foxes.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Foxes are the only solitary wild dogs.
Okay.
You know, the athlete comparison I compared to mountain lions was John Bones Jones, right? Because mountain lions have a deceptively sleek but powerful build, kind of similar to John Bones, right? Like you know, they're long as hell, but they're so fucking powerful. And I would think that, like, you know, I just don't think 2 wolves per 1 mountain lion is enough to take the mountain lions out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not realizing how big these things are. Like, I think we get caught up with the whole big cat thing. Technically, they're not big cats, but they're bigger than some of the
right? Isn't that big cat distinction some bullshit? If you're a big and you're a cat, you're a big cat to me, dog.
Yeah, no, the smallest big cat is smaller than, like, technically, I don't know if they call them little cats anymore. It kind of sounded stupid to call something that big little, but no, they can take. There have been cases of like full grown male like mountain lions taking down moose. It doesn't happen all the time, but like it does happen. So you take down a moose, and like you've seen moose next to cars. Those are pretty big things. Like I don't see wolves being able to pull that one out. No way.
What was Ron McGill's logic? Because I know we said the thought the same way you did, Mamadou.
Yeah, he believed that, you know, wolves are pack hunters. They strategize and, you know, they attack that way. And I get it, but
so he said they would outsmart the lions. He thought.
I feel like we can't overlook the run up and get done up aspect of this. Like, sure, you can strategize all you want. Yeah. One of y'all gonna have to hop out there first and foremost, and it's probably gonna be bad news for that one that hops out there. You feel me? So yeah.
And this is the wild. It's the rules that we're going off of. Is that, you know, so I think that benefits the mountain lions.
Yeah. And another controversial decision, and Ron McGill did not agree with the voters on this one either. I don't think any of us on the pod agree with it either. Was the voters had 333-pound silverbacks defeating 25 40-pound wolverines. Where are you at with that, Mamadou?
I'm taking the Wolverines. No, I can't. I think we overrated gorillas because they look like us, but they like have 6
Austin
packs.
Reeves jerseys, bro.
Yeah, no, it's like Wolverines are psycho. I don't even understand Wolverines, first of all, because like they can hunt for themselves. They're perfectly capable of hunting for themselves. They much rather would steal from like a grizzly bear or a wolf or a mountain lion. They're like weird like that, and then they win. Yeah, exactly. And it like. They figure it out. They're basically what honey badgers are, but like honey badgers are, I'm not going to say a bluff, but Wolverines are that. They don't have to bluff. And like they can scare off. I've seen videos of them like basically punking 2 wolves at the same time. So you put them on just any predator against like a gorilla. It's kind of going to be a bad matchup for the gorilla because they're not natural fighters. They're just bodybuilding vegans. Like they're impressive. They have a really strong bite force, though. I will say for the gorillas, it's like stronger than theirs. I guess that makes sense if you're crushing like vegetation all day, but unless you're gonna solo squad like a whole bunch of Wolverine, because now you don't have the numbers advantage. So yeah, I can't really see the gorillas like pulling that one out. Like what I will say, it will be a lot closer than I'm making it seem. But with how many Wolverines again? 25?
25, yeah.
25 versus 3.
That's no.
Ain't no way in hell.
I don't think they can overcome
one silverback is taking out eight Wolverines. No way in hell, bro.
Nah, and the way they and Wolverines will. They're not like with honey badgers, where honey badgers don't even value their own lives. They will fight till they're just dead. Wolverines, though, they're kind of similar, where it's like if they feel like their life's in danger, it's like, okay, nothing to lose. I'm just gonna take you out if I gotta go too. So
yeah. And Wolverine's trademark shit is they will latch onto your throat and hang by that shit. Like you're either gonna bleed out or I'm gonna rip your throat out with my weight. Correct?
Did you hear about that Wolverine that killed a polar bear that way?
We talked about it.
Discussed it.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I would have completely forgotten. Choked out a polar bear. Couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Wolverine's got a raw deal. Like they legitimately could have won it all if people were hip on Wolverines, I feel like. All right, so moving on to the final 4. We've got, we have the 1,000-pound bison who won the Steve Irwin region. We have the 2 500-pound tigers who won the Big Boy region. We have the 2 500-pound grizzlies who won the DMX region, and the 8 125-pound jaguars who won the Pigeon Man from Hey Arnold region.
I love that region.
Pigeon Man from Hey Arnold, right? Like, hey, shouts to Pigeon Man, a legend, right? You feel me? But yeah, so Final Four matchup. Bison, one bison versus two 500-pound tigers. Who do you have on that one?
That might be a blowout. Oh, Bison.
I think it's going to get ugly for that
Bison. Got no business being there.
Yeah. I think the Bison lucked up and had a favorable region. You know what I mean? And I'm not at all sleeping on Bison. I think Bison are fucking tremendous. I think that they're low-key underrated at how vicious that they are, especially at defending themselves. But yeah, 500 Tigers, I don't see them, getting past them. No.
Mm-hmm. And the weird thing is about Bison, they have, so like with us, right? Our lungs, each lung has like its own cavity. I think it's called the pleural cavity. For Bison, for whatever reason, I don't know how they even got built like this. They have both lungs in just one region. So back in the day when we used to hunt bison, if you speared them the right way, they would just bleed out completely, just off one hit. You can one-shot a bison. Now, again, that's like us with spears. I'm not saying like any human can uppercut a bison and live. No, I see these videos of people walking up to them in Yellowstone and taking these pictures and selfies with them. And I'm just waiting for one of them to get sent to the next state because apparently we forgot what bison are. We watch Avatar and think they're all sweet or something, but no. Bison, they're tanks, but they're a Cinderella story for sure. But the clock's gonna strike midnight when you have tigers involved.
Yeah, someone said they're the Gonzaga of this tournament. Like, you deserve the 1 seed. You made it to the Final Four, but shit's about to get ugly for you once you meet the big dogs, right? So yeah, I can for sure see that.
I feel like tigers have everything it takes to kill a bison. Like all the things that benefit the bison do not work against the tigers. You know what I'm saying? Like the tigers have all the things like the claws, the quickness, agility, things like that. That's what you need to kill a bison. Then they have 2 of them. I think one tiger could probably kill a bison. You know what I mean?
For sure. All right, next Final Four matchup. It is the 2 500-pound Grizzlies versus 8 125-pound Jaguars. Who do you have there?
That might actually be the toughest one. Okay, so we got 8 Jaguars and we got what was on the other side?
2 Grizzlies. 2 500-pound Grizzlies, 8 125-pound Jaguars.
I got to go with the Grizzlies, and I love Jaguars. I think they're wildly underrated for big cats. Strongest bite force relative to like their size of any big cat, but again, I'm just thinking of what a Jaguar would have to do to kill like a grizzly bear, and it's like, so you're gonna go up to the grizzly bear, this big mountain of like flesh, fur, and muscle. You're gonna go to its neck. And you're going to try to choke it out. And he's just going to sit there and take it. That's probably not going to happen. And then you got 2 on 8. I still don't. It's like with the Wolves and Cougars. It'd be a good matchup. I don't think they have the numbers advantage for me to say, Jaguars. Because, you guys need to like pull up just what like a grizzly's claw looks like in like real life compared to us. Like you get hit with that.
Yeah. We saw, somebody pulled it up. Somebody pulled it up on Twitter. Yeah.
But Jaguars do the kill bite where they bite through your skull though. They don't do the whole neck bite.
Yeah, that would that's just that they would be opening themselves up for like a hell of a counter. Like and then you have to like. Because again, they're going off of like biting through the skull and just like paralyzing them. I don't think you can really do that with grizzly bears. It works in where they're from because like they do that with caiman, like this type of alligator. Mm-hmm. They can do that because that's basically their weak spot, and they have a brain like the size of a walnut. So you pierce that, it's like literally you just turn them off. They're done. Grizzlies.
Flip the switch.
Exactly. No, it's actually that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. When I first found out that Jaguars could do that, I thought I knew a lot about animals until I saw that. I was like, I got a lot more to learn.
Bro,
Jaguars
are fucking nuts. They will dive into the Amazon, wrestle a caiman underwater in its natural habitat, bite through its fucking skull, and then drag it up a tree to eat it. Bro, like just all-terrain athletes right there.
I feel so bad for them. Like it's like they're part of one of the most successful groups of predators like on the planet. Like alligators, crocodile, they've been here for a minute. And there was a time where there was this like type of caiman, I forget the name, but he was running stuff. So imagine like if he could like if his ancestor could see him now, and now he's getting solo squatted by a cat that can swim. That's all it takes. It's rough for them, and it's not even like they're weak. They just the worst possible matchup you could have: a cat that could bite through your skull and can go into your hood and drag you out of it. It's
one of the 2 cats on the planet that loves swimming, and it loves eating you too, right? Like what's the fucking luck of that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that being said, like grizzly, I'm just thinking about like if can a jaguar tank like a swipe from its claws? Probably not. And if they do, they're just out of commission. I can't see them take it. And then there's two of them. If it was one Grizzly, I would actually favor the Jaguar. But because there's two of them you got to deal with at the same time, I'm taking Grizzlies actually. Two Grizzlies.
What if it was one Grizzly? You think it would have been? The Grizzlies still has a chance.
Then.
Okay.
I feel like then at that point you're just being overwhelmed because Jaguars aren't pushovers, so you got to deal with 8 of them at once. One of them's going to get you from behind. You start bleeding. You're going to get tired eventually. Yeah, but now with 2 of them, that's where things start to change.
Yeah.
Okay. So your championship matchup is 2 500-pound Tigers versus 2 500-pound Grizzlies. That's as even as the tape gets. Who do you have there?
Oh, this one's tough. Let's see. So we got the 2 Tigers. We got the 2 Grizzly Bears. Tigers are definitely more agile. I feel like in terms of being a predator, Tigers are probably I feel like they're just engineered to be perfect killing machines. They get you off guard. They kill you as fast as possible. That's the one thing with Grizzlies. They just overpower everything, but they don't have like a kill bite.
Yeah, they don't have a go-to kill method, right?
Yeah, exactly. They just revenant your ass until you stop moving, pretty much.
Right.
But Grizzly Bears are just like, and this is actually why I think I'm going to go with the Grizzly Bears, because they're like, I used to say they're like CrossFit junkies, but also like they're massive. Like they don't get tired. Like you'll see videos of a bear chasing down like an elk from like miles away, going through like swimming through like a lake to get to it. It gets to like this elk, it kills it, and then it drags it out of the like. They don't get tired. It's the most insane thing you'll see. And again, that swipe is just because I'm thinking that, and at this point, I'm thinking defense because they both have the tools to kill each other. But defensively, I think the bear has just a massive amount of like fur, fat, and muscle. Like you got to chip away at it before you really start to do damage. With a tiger, again, it's not like it's not glass or anything, but there's just like, oh man, one swipe like to the face from like a grizzly bear, and I think you just eliminated a tiger. And since it's like basically 1-to-1 ratio of them, that's like one tiger dealing with one grizzly. I think as close as it would be, I feel like no matter who wins, the winner's going to be so messed up afterwards. Like, I don't think you really win after that. But in terms of the rules for this, I think I'm going with the Grizzlies. I think they got too much power. And the fact that there's 2 of them, their endurance, their durability, you really have to it takes a lot to kill them. So yeah, I think my winner's the Grizzly. But honestly, if you say tiger, I don't think I could really argue with you because 2 tigers, that's tough too.
Yeah, that's a motherfucker right there. All right, well, the people, you've heard it here first. My man Mamadou, appreciate you hopping on with us. This was really, really fucking fun. You want to plug your book one last time and tell the people where they can find you at on socials?
Of course, my book again, 100 Animals That Can Effing Kill You. You can get it on Amazon. There's also the audiobook because I know we don't like to read no more. There's that. Also, MJai, that's MNDIAYE _97. That is my TikTok and my Instagram. I try to post like daily or bi-daily on those. My YouTube channel, basically I make the same videos I make on TikTok and Instagram, but longer form. I feel like that's where I have the most fun with my content. My YouTube is Casual Geographic. I was really proud of that name when I came up with that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
For
sure. That's it's pretty much all the plugs that I needed. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun with this. So super glad that you guys invited me on, and I hope I can do this again sometime.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Hey, when you're a friend of the show once, you're a friend of the show forever, man. We appreciate you
that's
so
facts.
much for hopping on us. Like I said, bro, there was no one on the planet we thought would be more perfect for this than you. And thank you so much for coming on with us, bro.
Of course, man. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you. So yeah, go holler at my man Mamadou, peep his socials, cop his book, all that stuff. And peep us on Twitter. We will be having the final 4 matchups going up on Friday, the championship going up on Monday, and the Beast Bracket is coming to an end. We will be crowning a winner soon enough. So thank you again, my man Mamadou. We appreciate you so much, my brother.
No problem.
Appreciate you, G.